Welcome back. This is part 3 of On the Sofa with Nick. Today I'm joined by Mr. Matt Young, digital marketer.
You've given me 3 different titles now, I think.
Have I?
I'll take that. I think social media specialist, a social media consultant, and now I'm a digital marketer. I'm all 3.
We have a new one for each episode, each part now. That's it. It's sticking.
Thanks, man.
4. We might struggle with 4. Though.
You made me feel really good.
Social media specialist, digital marketer. Brilliant. Let's get on with this. This part we're going to talk about Facebook marketing, how you and your business can use it to build awareness, build website traffic, increase your revenue, whatever it is that you want to do with Facebook. We're going to have a little chat about it. Where should we start?
The difference between Facebook profiles and pages, maybe? Good place to start.
Good place to start.
Some people don't have that understanding. If you do, I'm not trying to tell you how to suck eggs here a little bit, but if you have a Facebook profile that me and you communicate with our friends, our family, whoever on there, Facebook wants you to have a separate identity for your business. So if you set up another profile in the name of your business, Facebook don't like that. It doesn't break the law, but it breaks their terms and conditions, and they can close it down like
law.
that. Yeah. They are a law unto themselves.
Yeah.
But
and they can just shut you down.
So I'll tell you an interesting story about that. Facebook want you to have a business page. There's a radio station, it used to be called Orchard FM. I'm pointing because it's in Taunton.
Over there.
It's just up there. We're going on holiday. Go on to Egypt. Taunton had a radio station called Orchard FM. They had 5,000 friends on a Facebook profile. Without warning, Facebook went, "You're not a human being. You're obviously a business," and they closed it down like that.
No.
And as a business, you survive on your customers, you survive on your connections. 5,000 people gone. That was so much content that they would generate for their breakfast show every day. So it's a story I understand, I know about. So you have to have a Facebook page, and the page is how you operate your business, your organisation, your charity. But Facebook don't make it easy, do they? Because you can have 100,000 followers on there, and not all of them will see your content.
No, it's definitely algorithm based. You're definitely only going to, your organic stuff, when you post something on Facebook without paying for it, it's definitely only going to reach a small percentage of your audience.
It is. Unless you can really engage your audience. Yep. You can get them communicating with you, talking to you. And that way, that's what Facebook wants to happen, because they want people to stay on their platform.
Yeah.
But if you can get people, you can put really good quality content out there that people are involved in, they like it, they share it, they comment on it, you will grow your reach of people organically without having to pay. But let's be honest, and let's fight Facebook's corner for a short while here. We had it free for 10 years. We literally had it free for 10 years.
Yeah, it was all open.
You could just market your business and put it out there, and if you were good at it, everybody saw your content.
They saw all of it.
What a
most
wonderful
of it.
tool.
Yeah. There was a point when I think they published a stat about 16%, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think this is about the point when we started looking at it going, hold on a minute.
Yeah, hang on.
Not 100% of people see my stuff. And that's because it got to a point, not saturation point, but it was getting, more and more people were opening pages, more and more people are publishing content. Yeah. There's only so much stuff you want to see in your feed. There has to be an algorithm in place.
Well, you say that. There isn't for Twitter, but Facebook, that's their reasoning behind it. That's what they told us. Their press release said, look, Facebook's getting busy. We want to make it a better experience for you. So we're going to not show you everything. We're just going to show you the best stuff. Well, you've got to try and be in that best stuff category by producing really good content. And I'm going to give you a lovely plug here. Video is the best thing for that.
It's just hands down phenomenally, just winning.
They give video much more of a priority than they do give a text or an image. They will give that more of a priority. So they'll show that to more people. So video is really, really the way to go, especially on Facebook.
And they've just started with live video now, which we've experimented with a little bit. Can't get it on the page yet. I think you need
I've only got it on my personal profile.
Yeah, but again, straight away, you put it live, it's straight to the top of the news feed. It notifies absolutely everybody that you're live. And straight away, people are tuning in and they're live and they're interacting. And I'm like making a smoothie or something.
They're really interesting.
I'm like, but switch it on and see if it works.
I moved into a new office 3 weeks ago. I did a Facebook live video of an empty room.
We all watched it.
And people did. They got comments on it. It was, again, let's talk about that from a brand building exercise point of view. You have to do it on your profile. You can't do that yet on your business page unless you are a big organisation and Facebook has given you that right.
You do it through the Mentions app, don't you?
Yeah. But here we are as both independent business people. we can still leverage our friends that we're connected to on Facebook by doing a Facebook Live video.
Yeah.
If you were a lawyer's, that probably wouldn't work for you yet.
No.
But to counteract that, I always say, lawyers, well, yeah, we shouldn't be using Facebook in that way. Why not? If you were the first lawyer to do that, you get competitive advantage. You will stand out from the crowd. So we need to kind of break the shackles a little bit and try new things.
I think a lot of people, as you find, they want to stick themselves into like B2B or B2C, and they say, I want to do that with my business head on and not with my personal head on. Yeah. And sometimes forgetting, and they even do this by platform, like choosing, I'm not going to go on Facebook because it's not a B2B platform, forgetting that there's no B2B or B2C as such. They're all people, just using Facebook to publish your content out there. That MD or that CEO or whatever is still talking to his granddaughter on Facebook at 10 o'clock at night or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
They still might get that opportunity to see your content. It doesn't necessarily have to be LinkedIn for B2B, for instance.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And the thing that gets me about that, the example I'm using a lot recently is, I don't know if I'm using it in the right context, but it works how I understand it, social proofing. If you're an organisation and you don't have a Facebook page and someone searches for you on Facebook and they can't find you, what are you trying to hide? Why don't you have a page on there? Yeah. And it's like, I know a lot of business people, a lot of men my age, Facebook's for girls. Well, is it really, mate? But their attitude is that. And then someone tries to find their business and there might be a little bit of suspicion. Why haven't you got a Facebook page? What are you trying to hide? Yeah. And the other thing is you create a Facebook page and then do nothing with it and it looks like a dusty shop window, an empty window, no display. So it's they've got us right there, Facebook. Yeah. We have to kind of get involved. It's the biggest. 1.6 billion accounts.
Still phenomenal, the audience, and the attention is still phenomenal. How many people log into it every day? I don't know what the most up-to-date stats are, but they blow you away.
It's over 50%. It's up towards 75%.
And the amount of them on mobile is ridiculous.
Huge. If your website looks rubbish on a mobile phone, if you're marketing on social media, beware. You've got to get a website that works on mobile. We went off on a bit of a tangent, but that's so important.
We are on a biff on it.
So important. It's so important.
So it's about getting your Facebook page up and running for your business. It's about creating good quality content. That's how we kind of got on here, because we started talking about video content. Yeah. Create really good video content if you can.
It's difficult. Listen, I'm not saying for 1 second it's easy to create good content, okay? No. But ask yourself a question when you're putting stuff out there for your customers to interest you. Who cares, all right? You have to ask yourself that question. You've got to be really strict with yourself. Some of the stuff I put out there, I know people don't care about. But I try and always answer that question. It's difficult. I can't do it 24/7. Yeah. But you've got to try and put some stuff out there that people are going to engage with. If they engage with it the way that Facebook works, if Nick likes something on my page, on my business page, some of your friends see that you've liked that.
Yep.
So my spread goes a bit further, which is why you have to have engagement.
Yep. It's about getting people to interact.
Yeah.
To like, comment and share. And that's the only real way you're going to get more organic reach.
For free.
For free. Yeah. And we'll move into paid stuff in a second. But
we've got a question about that, isn't it?
So Joe, it'll take me a minute to find it, but I think Joe's question was, what's the best use of your ads? It was, should we use more sponsored posts? What's the difference between that and boosted posts?
Boost posts.
And what sort of budget should a small business have to market their business through Facebook ads?
Great questions.
Let's go with that.
Really good questions. So boost post, sponsored post. Boost post, if you've got a business page, you'll see it when you publish something. Do you want to boost this post? And it's a quick fire way of sending that information paid to a bigger audience. So you boost it and you say, I want that to be seen by women between 30 and 40 who live in Torbay. Click it and it will cost you anywhere between £3 and £20, something like that. It does depend
on you want it to go.
Yeah, it depends on the audience as well. If you were a big Facebook page, you've got a lot of followers, it'll cost you more money. But if you're just an independent business like we are, that budget of under £20 will put it. Now, I'll give you a proper example. One of my clients, recruitment company, and they specialise in 2 different arenas. And they just found this one photo which summed up both parts of their business. It's just one of those moments. It was just the best photo ever. They put it out there and started getting a lot of traction on it. People were commenting on it. So they boosted this post. It cost him £13 and it was seen by 14,000 people.
Wow.
Great exposure. I mean, absolutely massive exposure. Did business come from it? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. In a way that they got other people interested and kind of few CVs came in, stuff like that. So you've got to try and quantify it. The other side of things is the sponsored post. So a boost post is something you do immediately. A sponsored post is where you go in and you can create either a new post or choose a post which is already on your page, which you've already put out there. And again, and we can go into Power Editor, which is the advanced...
It's like 3 levels, isn't it?
Yeah, there is, yeah. But you can go in and you can really kind of target and niche it down. And if you sell left-handed screwdrivers for people with a blue eye or whatever, you can try and find this really niche audience. I was trying to be really niche and I went way too far. But say you're
going looking for that market tomorrow.
Yeah. But say your audience is really niche, you can find people that are interested in one of my customers wanted me to help with voice over IP phone systems. Difficult because they probably, if they express an interest in that on Facebook, it probably means they already work in that arena.
Yeah.
So you're trying to find people who would be in that kind of area. So it's difficult, but actually it could be really, really targeted. That the advert won't appear in front of many people, but it appears in front of people that will be interested in your product or your service. So the sponsored post way is a bit more detailed. You can get a bit more into information.
It a bit more, can't
exactly,
you? And one of the things is mobile as well. You can target specifically, like you can target just for mobile. So you can create your content just for mobile.
I always untick the BlackBerry button. Sorry, BlackBerry users.
I was just going to say you can send it to even specific as what type of device you want. Yeah. Who wants it to go to a BlackBerry?
I know, exactly. I'm not going to waste money sending it to someone on BlackBerry. They're not going to. Well, they probably haven't got them anymore. But yeah, why is all technical stuff about Orange, Apple, and Blackberries? It's all fruit. Who's going to bring out the banana phone?
Banana phone.
It's making me think of that video now. The ring, 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 banana phone.
I don't know what
You're going to have to Google that. And you.
I'm going to have to play it. This is the banana phone video.
Yes, please put that in there. Is there a little thing here that we can go in?
Put that in.
Sorry. Tangent again. But yeah, so where were we? Boosted post, sponsored post. Be a bit more niche about it. And there was, budget. Budget's difficult because it's difficult in so much as what are you selling? So if I was selling Mars bars and I'm going to spend £10 and I only manage to sell 2 Mars bars, it's going to be a waste of time. If I'm selling cars and I spend £10 and I get 2 clients from it, you're going to make some money. The budget is set by Facebook. If you have a certain audience that you want to go to, and it's exactly the same as Google Ads, there's like a bidding war, there's an auction.
It's still bidding against other people to get your content seen.
So it could be a range of £1.70 to £2.40. And that pays for either 1,000 impressions, so 1,000 views, or 1 click.
Yeah.
And people go, well, I'm going to go for 1,000 views, aren't I? But that can mean 1,000 people scrolling past your content and never reading it. Or is it worth £1.70 to bring one person to your Facebook page and have them as a customer because they're going to click on that advert because they're interested in your product or your service? So you have to balance that one up. And, I know people that will spend £2,000 on Facebook ads over the course of a month, and you're thinking that's scary. But they sell a course for £69, and she sold, I can't remember, it was something ridiculous, like 300 courses, and she's making money out of that. You've got to look at it. And the other thing with Facebook ads is let's give yourself a budget of 50 quid, £10, and make 5 adverts.
Yeah.
And we do those split tests.
Yeah.
What advert's working best? Has it got the best photo? Has it got the right call to action on it? Has it got the right text on it? Does it explain what it is you're trying to sell? And that's what I love is you can actually do those tests, see what works. Right, that advert worked best. Let's put some proper budget behind that one.
Yeah. That was great. Even just with split testing images.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have the same text and try 5 different images and see which one resonates. It depended on what you're marketing, but we could test you can put £5 towards targeted a male audience and then split test what types of images trigger best for males' responses, because you want actions really. Yeah. Whatever your desired action is, lots of different desired actions. It might be a click, it might be a video view.
Yeah, and it's more expensive to send them away from Facebook because Facebook wants you to stay there. If you want to drive traffic to your website, expect to spend more money. It's always going to
cost them more money to make sense.
They don't want you to leave their platform, so they're going to charge you more for the privilege.
Which is, moving on to sort of paid video marketing, is why there's such a big push for you to upload the video directly and to live stream directly. Yeah. Because why would they want you to go to YouTube and send traffic over there and
owned by their biggest rival?
Yeah.
You've got a Google cushion over here as well, I see. You know,
I
Google.
haven't got a Facebook cushion. I've got a Twitter cushion. You can have that.
Oh,
There you go.
yes. Anyway, look, no, tangent again. Sorry.
It's a good job we're chopping this up into sections. This is an hour long already.
But yeah, you know, Facebook don't want people to leave their platform. So if you do want them to come to your website, it's going to cost you more money. So maybe you send them and try and get more people to like your page, and then you put really brilliant content on your page, which is going to drive people organically for free from your page to your website.
Yeah. And as far as budget goes, you have to decide what you can afford and what you expect to get out of it as well.
It's I know it's a non-answer, but he's right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
And sometimes, I mean, we started with, some clients just want to dabble, they haven't got a massive budget. And I say to try £5 a day and put a little bit of that towards page growth, because I know people don't like paying for page likes, but you have to grow your page, you have to grow your audience. So put some of that budget towards growing your page and some of that towards your desired actions, which might be click through to websites or video views. And yeah, just budget £5 a day and start and work out on that sometimes. Or sometimes it's worth throwing your entire budget at one desired action. Like if you've got a couple of £100 for the month and you definitely need to build your email list, you need to drive traffic towards that. There's the new lead ads. We might go on to that in a second. Yeah, there's a ton. There isn't one straight answer to what your budget should be.
Yeah, it's what are you selling? Does it return on investment? If you spend 50 quid on adverts and you make £100 back, then you've made 50 quid. So it's about it's that age old question. But you do have to do the research first of all. Go and look. Create your advert, see then what Facebook want to charge you. And from that, you can say, right, this might be worth it. And if you can't afford to spend 50 quid on adverts, then you have to. Okay, you have to put budget into it. Yeah. You can't just pretend. We can't just, you can't be scared of it.
I think you'll really struggle to build a Facebook following these days and get any results without a budget.
You can invite all your friends and they might invite some friends. But the first time I started my business and I started talking about it on Facebook, one of my friends' updates on his profile, on his personal profile, was, I wish people would stop advertising their business at me. And I wrote him a little message, goes, was that aimed at me? And he just went, yes. I'm sorry, mate, I'm sorry. So, you can only leverage those friendships and the family friendships so much. Yeah. But it's, invite all your friends to your page to start off with. That's absolutely what I did. And then hopefully you start to grow a bit of a following geographically, locally, or, whatever your target audience is. But, I'll tell you now, if you go and look at my page, 366 likes, not very many. But if I put a really engaging post on there, it gets seen by 1,000 people. So there's other people who aren't connected to my page that are actually seeing those posts. So don't be worried about that number. If you can get something that's really engaging, you can really grow that number quite large. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, without the we put in a video a week out on Run Up TV and put in 4,000 to 5,000 video views on that every single week in, week out, but there's only 1,000 people on the page. Right. And so we're paying to push that. Yeah. This is where Boost Post came in quite well, actually, because generally we don't use Boost Post as kind of a professional social media marketer. I did that in quotes then, like professional. Social media marketer. We generally would go into we'd use Power Editor mainly, but there's the ad manager which you could use as well. And we generally say don't use Boost Post, but actually I've had really good results with it, depending on what your desired action is, which was just video views. And we had a quick chat beforehand, thinking that Facebook is probably giving priority to video. Yeah. Because they don't want you to embed a YouTube video, they want you to upload a video onto Facebook itself. Yeah. So if you're doing that, and then you put a little Boost Post behind it, they're going, right, we want to give him extra because he's got a video on here, and we're going to give him even more because he's paying for it. Because it's giving us money. Exactly. And the bit that I like about Boost Post video views versus the ad creation of video views is the stats are public for everybody to see on the Boost Post. Didn't know that. And they're about the same it cost me about the same. You're looking at about 0.1, you're looking at 1 pence per video view, but that includes autoplays. So in under 3 seconds. So you've got to go digging a little bit deeper than that to how people are actually watching your video, not just scrolling past it and being forced to watch it. But yeah, especially when you want people to know that your video is being watched, we boosted posts and all the stats were public for everybody to see. So that can work adversely if only 4 people have watched a video. But if it says 1,500 people you watched a video, you go, oh, okay, there must be something to this. I'm going to watch that video too. Yeah, great idea. So well done, Joe. Your question just triggered like a 20-minute conversation. You've taken up the Facebook section. But I think that's what Facebook is, essentially. It's have your Facebook page. We could go into groups as well, but for your business, it's have your Facebook page, create really good content, and find a budget to push some of it out there. You've got to work out what you can afford, what you expect from putting that budget in, and be realistic.
Yeah, and again, look at it this way. Facebook differs from all the other channels because it's a place where you connect with your friends. So don't directly try and outwardly sell and, public. Facebook is at its busiest at 9 o'clock at night. The stats always say most people are on at 9 o'clock at night. And what are you doing? You're catching up with your mates throughout the day. You're flicking through. If you put a post on there that says, come and buy my hammers, come and buy my shoes, I'm like, I don't really care about it. You have to kind of create the post that's going to engage them with that. Show them a benefit or put a meme up there that's funny and get them laughing. And they might, they might kind of drawn towards you because you have that funness to your company or your organization. It's a fun place to be. Facebook makes me laugh on a daily basis. Yeah. There's really funny videos. So people are they're in Facebook mode. So go to them with Facebook mode in mind. Don't go and advertise at them.
I think we started the original Twitter conversation with you've got to make an effort. Mm-hmm. You've got to make a real effort it's not just a sales process, make an effort to create good things that people actually want to see.
And just on a simple marketing terms, there's people that we follow influencers all the time, and they go on about hustling and breaking your balls and working hard. Do you know what? Yeah, get up an hour earlier and use that hour earlier to create some content for your channel. I try and make sure that Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 in my business, I work on my client stuff. And outside of that, I try and do my stuff. Saturday in my office is dedicated to creating stuff for my channel. But tomorrow I'm coming back to Torquay because I've got family stuff to do.
Oh, I'll get you in for part 4 and 5 and 6.
Oh, really? I'm sure my wife would love that. But I know that Sunday I'm going to be creating stuff for my channel based around Easter. Yeah. So you have to make the effort. If you want to be successful, it's not build it, they will come. We have to bloody work and get them there.
Yeah. All right, before we wrap it up, we'll just do a little bit on groups. Groups are you work as you operate in a group as yourself, not as your page, and so people get that a bit mixed up. They kind of want to be a business and go into groups and leverage groups, and it just doesn't work like that. You need to be yourself in the group, a personal profile, but there's some real good opportunities within groups, isn't there?
Yeah, because when you message a group, everybody gets to know about it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do that on your Facebook page, it can get seen by maybe 5%. If you're lucky. That's how hard it can be to market your business in there. The real key thing for me here is I don't tend to go into groups. You have to go into groups as yourself. And if you've got a profile that is very family orientated or very friendly and there's a bit of banter on there and stuff like that, be prepared if you're going to go and market your business as yourself that people might want to go and look at your personal profile. Yeah. And if they see stuff on there that slightly makes them feel uncomfortable or they don't agree with, be prepared to have that have an effect on your business. And the awful story I heard about that was a guy in America, and I can't remember which decision he took, but it was either I'm for abortion or I'm against abortion. And he took one of those views and publicly put this information out there. And this woman went, right, I'm going to start a campaign and stop anybody spending money with your business. Oh, and he went, it's my personal opinion. I'm just putting it out. It's got nothing at all to do with my business. It's got everything to do with your business. I mean, again, that comes back to common sense.
Yeah.
If you're going to be controversial on social media as a whole, it will reflect on you and your business. So when you're going into groups, like Nick says, you have to go in as yourself. So be careful. If you've got pictures of you drinking 16 lagers a night and you're a doctor, it's probably not going to reflect very well on you.
No. I quite like this tends to see this more on Twitter than anywhere else, but in the biographies where I say I work at so-and-so or tweets of my own.
The BBC, I think the BBC make it a prerequisite. If you work for, or even ITV, if you work for them, views here are my own, not shared by my employer and all that stuff. They have to legally put that in their bio. And it's like, that's why I love being self-employed. Because if I muck up, that's who I've got to answer to. But groups, we've gone off a bit of a tangent again.
We do. But groups, we'll pull it back. Groups, there's try and find groups in your niche, I think, with like-minded people that you can interact with. There's tons of groups. If you need to sell, you can sell in, but that's not what most of your groups are for. So don't try to jump in to groups where people like to keep on topic and talk about something and start selling your products and advertising your wares. And
there'll be rules. They have rules in certain groups.
Yeah,
we're in podcasting groups. And, you know, for example, you go in there as a podcaster, we'll, you know, well, I'm an aspiring podcaster, you've got one coming out
We're
shortly.
having a go, yeah, we're having a go.
And there's other podcasters in there. They might need help promoting their podcasts. Well, we can help them with social media, that kind of stuff. So you go in there and you kind of make yourself useful. But yeah, is there a niche? Is there a group set up for dog walkers or something like that? Well, I'm a professional dog walker. I'm going to get in that group. Is there a group for hairdressers? You know, get in that group. There'll be people in there say, can I do this with my hair? Clearly, I'm a hair expert. Clearly. One of my clients is a hairdresser, by the way. But yeah, you have that idea. So getting inside those groups, it can be useful, but you are in that group as yourself, not as your business.
And part of it is setting up your own groups and getting people to join your group, which is a great way to get you can set your own rules when you open your own group.
You become the admin of that group.
Yeah. So you know, you've got your personal profile. Yes, you can post some stuff onto there. Don't overdo it, don't annoy your friends. Most of your business stuff goes through your business page, in which case you need to provide some value and have some kind of budget. And then groups, you can jump in and out of other people's groups or set up your own group to post content into.
The 3 faces of Facebook. Is that West Side?
Should we do that?
West Country.
West Country, I love that.
Hang on, West Country. Is that it? I don't know. So gangster.
I think we've covered quite a bit on Facebook.
I think so.
I don't think there was any more questions on Facebook. It was just Joe, so appreciate that, Joe. Mr. Matt Young talking about Facebook.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
Cool.
I've enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. So there's 3 parts to this interview. We've broken it down into Twitter, Snapchat, and Facebook. And I'm going to try and drag Matt back in again to cover some other topics. What do you reckon?
I'd love to.
Yeah? Cool.
Just can't do it today. I've got to go.
We're running out of time. What else can we cover next time? Instagram?
Let us know. You know,
Good
Instagram's
shout.
a great one.
Yeah. I think it's like my favourite topic, and yours too, obviously, talking about social media. So we could do it all day long.
We were going to do a podcast.
We nearly did a podcast. What happened to that?
Just didn't get around to it. Rubbish.
All right. We'll come back. There's 3 episodes. So go if you type in nickellison.net/on the sofa, you'll go straight to the playlist of all the interviews, the 3 that I've already done with Matt here, and there's a few others there for you to watch.
I'm worried that we've spent the whole time on our hands doing this. That's why I was doing that.
Like that most of
My
the
hands are cold anyway. It's so cold in here.
It is cold. I've got to put the heating on. That's all we'll say. Cheers. Do the thumbs up again when you don't know how to end it. So there's 3 parts to this interview. We've broken it down into interview. I'm going to say that again.
They had 5,000 friends on their Facebook.
And about me.
Sorry? What's that?
I'm just laughing about the 3 different intros again.
I thought we'd moved on from that.
I cut that section, just pop back into it. Start laughing. We'll go from quick story.
Okay.
Wait there, give me a minute.
I love it, mate. I love it. Honestly, you've massaged my ego beautifully. 3 job titles. I can't fit them all on my business card.
I'm going to have to come up with a new one for each one. Give me a minute. Outtakes. Where do we go from?
You said something about... No, I can't remember.
Oh, no, can I?
Should we draw start again?
Interesting story.
Interesting story. What was my interesting story? Right, okay.
No
I've got it. Watching FM. Right, okay. Ready?
Do it.
Corpse.
Go.
Interesting story. Not a freaking actor. Can't do this.
Oh,
My hands are freezing.